Hello. No. Welcome back to the movie show. This is part 2.5 of us recording this episode. We recorded it like a week and a half ago and I fucked up. I flashed the camera about 25 times. It was blurry. The audio was bad. Hopefully it's good this time. This is Francis, my cousin. Woo! Please explain your costume.
So, Elphaba. Glinda. Elphaba. I wanted to do a flying monkey, but like when Elphaba is enchanting the broom accidentally, instead of the broom getting enchanted, she accidentally turns Glinda into a flying monkey. So that's what I am.
Like, is that not genius? Last time we recorded for like literally an hour and a half and we were like summarizing the movie and kind of like tweaking and like it was honestly intense. And this time we're assuming that you watched it a couple times. I've seen it 3 times. She's about to watch it a 3rd time. Yeah. Like, we're just gonna talk our shiz. Honestly, my white hands are like scaring the fuck out of me right now on the viewfinder. Like, I hate it so bad. It's so ugly.
You want to just literally cut and then come
so
back with
ugly.
green hands?
Should I paint my hands? Oh, I don't want to paint my hands, honestly. I just don't. Wow, I'm honestly speechless. I'm honestly speechless. I'm actually gooped and gagged by this.
Honestly,
her costume.
I'm glad I went with the wings, despite the fact that it's literally like choking me, like being attached.
You have like multiple layers over your neck. It's like monkey suit, wings, mask. Trisha Paytas's scalped head.
We scalped Trisha and a monkey for this.
It's so many layers.
It feels like there's a lot of layers. I feel like I could brace like -degree weather like this, honestly.
And you should. Okay, so yeah. The tea is that I did not like this movie whatsoever when I first watched it. I flamed it online. Francis was like, yeah, I didn't really like it that much either. And then I literally texted her. I'm like, what if I told you that I can't stop singing the songs and I'm upset? She's like, I didn't want to say that, but
you just were having a bad day when we went to see the first one, so it put you over the edge. And right after the movie, you were like, what did you say? You said something like, that was a piece of garbage, that fucking sucks. Like, you're like,
and I know these girls next to us, they were like looking at me like, oh my god, this hoe does not like fun and magic.
My first watch out of the theater initially wasn't like,
you had qualms.
I definitely had qualms, and I definitely didn't feel like, I didn't walk out being like, this was the best movie I've ever seen, or that right. I was like when I saw a movie like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Did I say that right?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I did say
yeah.
Like that movie, like when you come out of, I feel like everyone had that like same experience when you walk out of the theater watching that. Yeah. You're like, that was a good
You're like levitating
movie. Yeah, you're like, that was a good fucking movie. I didn't get that from Wicked right after I watched it, but then the songs are just so good, and I kept remembering, and like you kept like rewatching clips of it rewatching clips of it online because everyone was just posting about it, and I was just like, no, it was pretty good. There are definitely like issues with the movie. I don't like the coloring.
Yeah.
Like honestly, Dancing Through Life, it's not my favorite song.
Right.
I thought like I was watching like the behind the scenes for how they did like the whole like
the spinning library.
And I was like, it's so unfortunate because I was watching them like practice those stunts and everything. I was like, all this work, all this like ingenuity of making this like awesome like moving thing for this movie, and then they were like, let's backlight the fuck out of it,
just
so you can
completely
literally
wash it out.
They're like, you can see maybe like 34% of like the actual set. I'm like, I was like, that's really unfortunate.
That is honestly like the worst part about the movie, and we went like way too in about this the first time that we recorded because we were like mad about it. First of all, she's an architect. She's like, bitch,
I'm not an architect legally. I'm getting my license.
She said, do not put that out there. They will come and arrest me.
No, I can't. People get so touchy over that. They're like, do you have your license? Then you can't call yourself that. Legally, I can't. But I don't want to be.
Okay, but
I can't.
But watching it, I felt like, I literally said in my first review, I was like, this is like a CGI nightmare. Like, it looks so fake. And I can't explain it. Like, it's a certain style of movie that's been coming out recently. Like, the Timothée Chalamet Willy Wonka, which I actually liked that, like, ironically, and I always, like, quote it all the time. But, like, it's just ugly. Like, even when I just rewatched the original Wizard of Oz, and it's like pretty, and even though it looks really fake and you can tell they're on a set, it's just pretty and cool. And this was all practical effects, but they somehow ruined it with the coloring and lighting.
John Chu, that's the director's name. I don't care that he said it's because he wants it to feel like real Oz, and it's not like a girl's dream, you know. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, honestly.
I said, this is a girl's dream. This movie is my dream.
My dream,
like, make it colorful, make it cunt,
black and white. I'm like, and it was a whisper from being there.
Like, I'm like, if it's gonna be corny and magical and there's gonna be like magic, why is it ugly? Like, it doesn't need to be less saturated to keep it real. I'm like, if you really want to keep it real, make Elphaba like the political assassin that she is in the original book, and make it like this badass adult dark version or something. Like, I don't know.
I agree with that. I'm like, I feel like it was like a good idea that was done like a quarter of the way.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things were beautiful though, and I will say that
the scene during Wizard and I is my absolute favorite like landscape.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. So beautiful.
I like that she stands out so much in that scene. Like, everything's kind of like
that tan.
My favorite color is light tan.
I watched it in 3D. Like, usually I'm like anti 3D because it'll like make me kind of nauseous and shit. But I don't know. It was hitting just right. I like gave a hit of a to my mom, took her to the movie theaters. We were like munching down, and we were like completely entranced. Like, I couldn't keep my eyes off of it, and I was like, this looks really good. And then I was like whispering to her, I was like, doesn't Ariana's makeup like look really bad? And she was like, no, she kind of looks good. I was like, okay, well, my mom's not influenced by TikTok, so the queen has spoken.
There's just scenes where her eyelashes don't look the best. Like, during Popular, I thought they make her eyes, they were too thick almost. I've seen other scenes where I'm like, oh, she looks cute like that, it looks fine. But I don't know what it was.
You shouldn't be able to notice fake lashes in a movie. I've never noticed fake lashes in a movie. You know what I mean?
It's just that they're like strip lashes.
They're just like, I can literally see the duo glue. I can see the fucking black glue that's supposed to be invisible. Like, no, I can see it. It doesn't look good. But she does look like ethereal and fairy-like. Honestly, I don't even want to, like, I don't care. No, whatever.
The biggest critique is her clothing.
Her clothing is like fancy Shein.
It just looks too like not good quality. Like, yeah, I noticed it especially during Dancing Through Life when he's like twisting her around. I'm like, it just looks like cheap.
And you're like, that ain't flowing. What is that?
I'm just like, you're in Upland.
Like,
you're living in the upper lands.
It's honestly, it's like the prints and shapes they chose are like ultra modern, to where when you're watching something, it gives like Doll's Kill or something or Shein, and it's because of what's popular. And if you're making something that looks like fast fashion, ooh. Anyways, like, I fucking hate that striped shirt she wears, like it's like chevron or something, like the pink chevron with like the gray outfit on top of it. Oh, it's so ugly
when she's doing her book dance.
Yeah, but I love that shit. That shit's kind. It's so good.
I think I like that outfit.
You like it?
I'm trying to think of like what's her least. You know, honestly, I don't like the outfit that she wears to the Oz Dust.
And I've been saying that.
She's all about like, I feel like the color was like more vibrant than like what she was wearing throughout the whole film. Right. Which, like, whatever, you're like, oh, it's for Oz Dust. I don't care. I'm like, put her in something cute,
no,
pink
she doesn't wear orange
and bubbly. I didn't like the orange and the yellow.
I don't
even like the blue. I know she's gonna wear. Apparently, she's supposed to wear like blue and purple or something.
I don't like that either. I think Cinderella immediately. Every time I'm seeing a clip from the Broadway show, I'm like, why does she look like Cinderella?
Like a godmother or something.
Yeah, I don't like that shit either. I'm not a fan. And box sweater, no. The Munchkin sweaters are like,
the worst.
Get that shit out of here.
Ever. It's absolutely the worst part. Like,
Bach, more like schlock. Get that shit out of here.
It literally looks like a sweater you buy like on cider or something.
Oh my god, he actually is giving cider from head to toe. What else? I actually like wrote down like just a bunch of notes because I just like want to talk shit. I don't even. Mind you, we love this movie, like, to the point where we are going to go watch this shit on Broadway this spring.
I've never seen a movie. This is like the first time I would have seen a movie 3 times in theater.
Me too.
Like,
me too. I've watched a couple, like
they put a couple actual crack inside this movie. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just like, I just can't get enough of it.
Like, I can easily go sit through it like today. Like, I could go rewatch it. I'm like, I want to, like, badly. I don't know, it's just really magical. Honestly, once I watched it and then I came back to it, I was more oriented in the story because I had never seen it. You're picking up stuff from the very beginning, so you're already sad like when the movie starts, and then it's like
that's honestly how I was like,
I'm sad now the whole
like,
time.
She's dead. She's gonna die.
And you hit no one mourns the wicked hits. It's like maybe my favorite song in the show. It's so good. I'm covered in chills. I feel like I'm ascending. It just feels like the most movie. Like I'm wanting to watch it in theaters again because I know it's not going to be in theaters again for a long time, if ever. And it feels like something that you have to like be at the theater for, which I think is so special. Honestly, let's get like the negative shit out of the way. I want to like shit on everyone that I hate. Starting with Elphaba's dad. Why is he such a bitch? Like I really don't get it.
Well, I'm like, that's why you got cheated on.
That's literally why you got cheated
remember,
on.
Remember, guys, if you get
cannot
cheated
control
on,
your emotions.
If you get cheated on, you deserved it. Just remember that.
Just remember, men, if you got cheated on, you 100% deserved it.
There's no way that she was at fault whatsoever.
Yeah, honestly.
Or he, honestly.
Honestly, once I heard he was force feeding her this medication that made her have a premature birth. Traumatizing. Okay.
By the way, that was a joke. I love my males out there.
Aww. That's a tender moment.
We love men. We love men.
We love
them.
We love men.
We love
you
men.
can clip that.
You can tell everyone we
love men. So anyways, let's talk about Bach real quick. Dude,
Bach?
You know what I was gonna say? That Bic. And
Bic.
And it ain't big. We'll say
it
that
big.
much.
It ain't big.
It ain't big.
It ain't big.
Did you see that new article that came out from his ex-wife? I didn't read it, mind you.
I did read it.
I read like excerpts of it, and I was like, dude, she's like trying to be so classy, and honestly, she's kind of winning because of that, because she's just kind of like, like the press tour. Every time I see it, it's like really sad. But I mean, he's still a good dad.
She handled all that. I mean, she's obviously a very well-educated, like smart, just a smart woman. I think it takes a lot of cojones, a lot of balls to get cheated on postpartum and then still say that he's a good father and that he loves their child like 100%.
It honestly makes him look so much cringier. Like I was just imagining that she was sitting there typing that like
she's lying.
Getting
he's
his
actually
ass,
bad, but she's like
his ass. She's kind of getting his ass because it like makes her look nicer. And
well, it's so easy to like empathize with her because it's like I can't, like her being like, I just never thought I never thought I would get a divorce.
The fact that a man will get successful and immediately dump his wife that just had a baby, and that all these people are kind of being like, no, well, they were already split. They just had a baby, though. Like, there should be no interference. There should be no interference.
Obviously, getting with someone that you know is married, whether they have a child or not, or obviously that can make it worse. Obviously, it makes it way worse if you have a child.
Yeah.
But, like, doing that is obviously, like, totally, like, immoral, wrong thing to do. However, I hate all the, like, fuck Ariana Grande stuff about it, because I'm like,
he's the one.
She didn't make a lifelong commitment to this woman.
Right.
Like, she realistically doesn't have any... She doesn't need to have any type of... I mean, obviously you can say, like...
Well, she had her own husband, too.
Huh?
She had her own husband, too.
Ariana?
Yeah. She divorced her husband, too.
I don't even know who she was with.
I don't know him. He's kind of cute.
Way
cuter.
I don't know him like
Slater.
that.
I'll let you know that much right now.
I don't know. Okay.
She literally sent me an edit like Ethan Slater's hot. She's like, I just love when people have gaps in their teeth. How about not every single tooth?
I like that too.
How about not 30 gaps? It made his character so unbearable, and I hope that you're supposed to hate Bach the rest of the way because there's literally zero chance that I'm ever gonna like him.
Apparently, you have more. If you read the book, there's like you feel worse for Bach.
Honestly, though, it's just like, what was this fucking character acting? Like method acting? Like
he's ripped. He's ripped. Do you understand? He has a 6-pack.
The way that he looks at Ariana though, and he goes, "I would do anything for you." I literally had a chill down my spine. He would do anything, including leaving his wife and infant. It's getting too real right now. I really can't with that shit. It honestly was way too cringe for me. Like I could not.
Every moment he came on screen, it definitely throws you out because especially if you're like chronically online, like you immediately like are like, oh,
that guy,
cheater McCheater. I'm just saying, have you seen him do a split as SpongeBob?
Listen.
I'm
Stop.
just saying. Ariana Grande was like,
You said, I'm ready. I'm ready. What's that one song I was saying to you the other day? It's like, once I give him that anointing, it's only me that he want. That's literally you. I was like trying to stick to the character, but I got so mad. Yeah, I know. This is the real important parts. Nessa, more like Messa. We were saying like, how the fuck can you not like tell your dad, hey, how about you stop treating my sibling like absolute dog shit? Like, what? She has so much pull with her father. I'm like, you didn't even try. You can't even like stick up for your sister who takes care of you, who's your only friend, allegedly.
She's like, Elphaba, it's time for a new start. A new start from what? Being literally unconditionally loved.
And rich as hell.
And rich.
Like, what?
Your dad's like, here are these banger, cunny little shoes for you. Enjoy
Here's these
school.
Cartier slippers. They're about $30,000.
By the way, I put a thally in your pocket earlier just in case you need it. And he's like, hey, Elphaba.
And she's like, you literally wouldn't understand. This is about to be the one night I've had fun. I'm like, you're like the mayor's daughter. You're rich. Like, yeah, everyone calls you beautiful, like every day.
Okay, it's funny because when the lady first sings, like, or she doesn't sing, she's like, she calls her like tragically beautiful.
Yeah.
It was weird because when I first heard that, I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? I was like, that she's like, it's sad that she's so beautiful. And then I realized later
they were straight up like, she's in a chair.
I realized after going on TikTok, I was like, oh, this is like it was like a diss.
Yeah.
And then Ariana calls her it too. And I was like, I feel like they were trying to be, because like she's the first person who's ever actually like needed a wheelchair to play the character.
Right.
So I feel like they were making a stride doing that. But then I'm like, why did they leave that in? Because that seems insulting to call her. You're tragically beautiful, by the way.
I know.
I'm like, just say she's hot.
It's kind of problematic. But again, they're like, we got to keep it to the original. What, they said something ableist in the original show? We got to keep that in.
Didn't they confirm that they were going to change, like...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, the second part or something? I just want to scream Fiero. I'm like, Fiero.
I literally can't say it. I'm like, I want to call him Ferrero Rocher.
I love
so bad.
I actually love the name Fiero.
Fiero?
I think it's a cool name.
It's cool. No, I liked his character a lot. I liked how like gay they made him. I was gagged.
I didn't know he was gay.
He was voguing in the beginning. He was like taking a guy's head and like doing this shit like this.
Watching the second time, I was like, they were just like, do you, boo?
They're like, do you, be you? Like, he was like, And
Elphaba like grabs his face. That when like they rescued like the cub. I laughed so hard at like his face because he's like, I understand he's like, oh, he's looking at her. She's like, it's the first time someone's like understood me.
Yeah.
But everyone like was clipping that and being like, how did she not suck his like Fiero? But she's just not that girl.
I'm not that girl. She's gonna be that girl. She's gonna be that bitch. I don't know. Seems like it.
I know there's a song called.
He literally
Fiero
came
later.
and like had a flower for her and shit, and he's like, I was thinking about that day a lot.
I'm like, you're Prince. Just leave Glinda. Why do you care?
I know what. I mean, you haven't gave a fuck since now.
I saw someone be like, maybe he's colorblind. That's why he didn't immediately say something about her being green.
I didn't eat grass. He's like, okay.
He's like, I know I'm high and I have a blue horse, but you don't have to be jealous. There was no reason either for them to paint the horse blue, in my opinion. No one fucking noticed it.
Did not notice. And I actually tried to notice it the next time I watched it, and I still, really couldn't tell it was blue.
No, I was like, at no point did I ever notice that it was blue.
I hope that paint better not have hurt that horse whatsoever, because they could have just done that in post. Literally,
that was another thing. I was like, why are you guys wasting time painting? They're like, what's that phrase, like, when you get paid by the hour? The job.
Yeah. She's like, I spent literally 3 days painting this horse blue, and I get paid $100 an hour.
It's really important. They're like, what else do we need to do for the movie? Well, it's actually super important that the horse is painted blue. And they're like, it's only in the movie for like 2 seconds. Should we just put that in post? And they're like, no. By the way, my bill rate's $86 an hour.
Literally. Okay. Also, tell me how I didn't know that is it Madam? Yeah. Morrible. I didn't realize that she was going to be a villain at the beginning.
I definitely didn't get that. She did a really good job.
Her name is basically horrible, and I didn't
I couldn't understand what they were saying. I thought they were saying marble.
You're like, I just thought you were mumbling, bitch.
I was like, speak up. She did a great job at like seeming really sweet and kind in the beginning and not seeming like she's a villain. But once she switched to that villain mode, dude, the little clap that got me sat straight up in the theater. And then she turns and all the monkeys are flying around. I was just like, she's that bitch.
And she's so evil. She's like, that was her. If you guys want to keep your families safe, then I would stay with the wizard.
I know. It's just like, you guys are like crazy monkeys.
Like
it's like, have you ever thought of just like murdering them?
There's like what?
There's like 100 monkeys, and now all of a sudden they have fucking wings. I'm like, just rip them apart.
And they have like roid rage because of the fucking spell.
They could have immediately fucking
yeah, like what? I feel like that's the first thing they would have done. Like I feel like he
also like the general. Why like the monkey general like gets turned first? I forgot their name. I don't remember if it was a girl or a boy.
It's a boy, but I don't remember his name.
But yeah, I was like, did he not like realize Elphaba was not like a bitch when like he met her?
Like he can hear, he literally just doesn't have the ability to talk.
She's literally like, I need to help the monk. I need to
not the monkeys. Need to help the monkeys.
She's like, I need to help the animals, you know. And she's like, obviously, like very like she literally says like, how can I help him? Like to the monkey. I was like, and then she casts a spell and immediately she's like, oh my god. Well, like, I didn't know this was gonna happen, and then the monkeys are like, fuck it, bro, it's actually her fault. I'm like,
I know, wait.
They don't hear that these people are, like, plotting and scheming and, like, doing all this stuff to the animals. So I'm like, rip Jeff Goldblum's head off. I was like, you're a monkey.
Maybe it's just, like, that one guy that was in the room, like, he heard it, but then, like, all the other, like, hundreds of monkeys that didn't hear that shit, like, they're gullible, and he's like, I tried to tell them. He's like, I tried to tell him.
They're like,
I couldn't stop his ass.
They're like, dude, the way she goes, her green skin.
I know, that felt like a slur.
I was like, I know.
I was like, oh,
what did she say? She's like, it's an
outer manifestation of her inner like wickedness or something like that. Oh my god! I was like, my jaw was like on the floor. I was like, this bitch.
Linda was right. Let's just get it on there.
I know. She actually changed my mind. Like that whole change my mind thing that Crater used to do, whatever his name is. That you did that. Give the tea.
I understand that like Elphaba's character is supposed to be that she's so just inside that she can't even for a second like do something unjust, like like, you know, playing like face for the wizard. But Glinda was insanely right. She was like,
you're having delusions of grandeur.
Play the game.
Right.
Play the game, and then you'll get what you want, and then you'll be okay. But like, and you know, she's like, she flew off the handle.
Not this. I heard the note right when you did it too.
Instead of flying off the handle. Yeah, she should have played the game. But I'm like, I don't know what happens in part 2, so I'm like,
right. I'm like,
maybe it works out for her.
Honestly though, I was gonna say that it's hard because it's very realistic to how people are in real life. Like people are one or the other. Like I'm a very hard-headed person. I feel like I'm more akin to Elphaba. I've never been able to play politics. I've never been able to hide my emotions on my face. Like I have a bitch face. Like sometimes you are that person where it's just like you're just a kind of black and white person, and then you have this other extreme where it's this political person who's going to be very good at, you know, making everyone like her, and she wants to play the game. It's realistic that somebody isn't ready or able to see like, okay, I don't have to fully compromise my ethics. She could have taken a little bit of Glinda's thing and been like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend to be political for like a month and then I'm gonna kill his ass. You know what I mean? Like they needed a combination of both of their styles.
She should have just like, Elphaba should just grab Jeff or
Jeff,
I'm Chef
Wizard.
Like they should have she should have just been like, Glinda, get Morble, and then they should have just
beat the fuck
shit out
of
them.
Yeah, when you said that I was like, yeah, what?
But
people don't think that way.
Or I just thought, why didn't Elphaba just go literally into the Emerald City and be like, this is the Grimoire, look at me reading it? Because that's all that takes everyone to believe. That's why everyone loves the wizard, because they're like, he read the Grimoire, which I find so funny too, that like when they're like replaying him reading it, he's saying like,
he's like,
he's saying Omaha, like Omaha.
Yeah.
In the back, when they're doing like during the beginning of Defying Gravity, you see a box that says Omaha on it, like
Oh
like
yeah,
with his old things.
and in the Wizard of Oz, he like flies back to Omaha in the air balloon or some shit like that.
I'm like, how is he getting there? Is it like a storm situation that like a time storm or something that like sends you into a new dimension?
I don't
or
know.
does the Oz exist and just no one's found it yet?
Yeah, I'm like, so this is real now.
Me when I haven't read the book or done any.
Okay, but we're like, honestly, we're so lucky because we're gonna go watch the show on Broadway, and that's how we're gonna see the second half, and it's gonna be amazing. Like when that intermission hits and we come back, oh,
I'm honestly
gonna
scared
hit.
too though, because I'm like, I'm like, I don't want the movie to get spoiled. But if they're actually changing the ending, I do want to see it.
No, it'll be great.
Like, oh, I get both.
It'll be great. We'll also have months to recover.
True.
We'll still have months before it comes out. I don't know, like, what other major things I wanted to say. I mean, the soundtrack is sensational. I wish they would remix it. The songs are so beautiful and so powerful. And honestly, another opinion that is people are gonna hate is that I think both Ariana and Cynthia completely wiped the floor with every version that I've heard so far. Ben Shapiro was like giving a critique on Ariana Grande's. Like he was clocking, and everyone was agreeing with her. Yeah, everyone was agreeing with him though, like saying that Ariana doesn't have enough power in her voice and all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. Her
character's
like,
not supposed to be belting and shit.
Her voice is angelic. Like
angelic.
Coming from someone that never liked Ariana Grande, like wow. Honestly, all of her wrongs have been washed away for me.
Do people forget that she like just licked that donut? Which one of her was it? Arigato or Blahniana?
Arigato. Okay, wait. Someone said that she's like in the new era. This is like her white era.
Oh, she is actually though. I think she's honestly
I'm sweating to fucking death. Like I don't know what this.
I think that she's been like transitioning that because this has been in progress.
Transitioning.
She's transitional. Like it's been the movie's been underway for so long, that I think that like we've saw her like do this like hard transition to like being white,
but she's been undercover
and then we were like, but
for
she
a
was
while.
doing it for a reason.
She was
like now when Wicked comes out, they're like, oh, she's been white. She's been white. You know what? She's one of the, like she's a fallen soldier though for sure because she had the most gorgeous curly hair ever.
Yeah.
There's so many. I don't know why this is like a thing for celebrities who have just gorgeous curly hair. They're like forced to like by the industry like straighten it or something, or it's like more popular to have it straight. I know Ariana Grande had like damage and stuff from doing like,
and she literally only wears wigs,
so maybe that's why. But at the same time, I'm like,
I know. Get back to your Italian roots, girl.
I'm like,
let's get some olive back in there into the skin. Olive skin tones.
I know, like her dark like brown hair. I was like, she's so pretty that way.
She's just so pretty.
It's weird because that's what it feels like. It feels like when you're looking at her, you're like, this is not what you're supposed to look like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You just aren't supposed to like naturally look like this. Which obviously I'm not saying like people can't like dye their hair and change how they look.
Don't put makeup on. I like them natural.
I like them fully natural. I don't like any of that fake stuff, my women.
Why'd you sound like Mia Goth?
He said, I will not accept a life I do not deserve.
I will not accept a life I do not deserve.
Okay, like, how the fuck do you sound just like her to me right now? I don't know what else to say. I feel like we just talked a bunch of shit about a movie that we really like. I know.
I'm like, why are we so negative?
Yeah.
Why are we so negative?
We really liked it though. No one
The Wizard
warns
and
the
I
Wicked.
changed my life. The Wizard and I changed my life. It is the most gorgeous, amazing song. I think it's harder to sing than Defying Gravity. I will stand by that. It literally.
That's my third favorite. Third. Bronze.
It goes Wizard and I, No One Mourns the Wicked.
Defying Gravity is third.
Defying Gravity, and then Popular.
Okay, yeah. Similar, but no.
I like Defying Gravity. Maybe it was because I don't like. In this version, it's double the fucking time that the original one is.
I'm fine with that. Give me more. I loved it.
I want less like breaks in like the flow of the song, I guess.
I didn't notice at all.
I noticed. I was like, this ending's taking 30 minutes is what I thought.
I loved it. It was so good. It built up so good, and I was so overwhelmed, and I felt so much emotion. It was like the perfect ramp up for me, honestly. I wanted to say, I said this last time, I'm going to like say it shorter, but I loved the wicker statue of Elphaba at the beginning that they burn. A couple movies that I really like, Midsommar, and then which was kind of riffed a little bit from The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man is a movie from the 70s where this guy like goes to this island and this whole cult puts him in this giant worker man and lights it on fire. And then Midsommar is like very similar. They took a lot from that movie, but it just has so many layers to it because it's like this cult mentality. Like basically everyone has this gang mentality against this villain, and it's a sacrifice to the wizard. Basically, it's just like to keep peace, and it's something that like happens throughout time. I thought that was really cool. And when Ariana throws the torch into it, you can just see in her face she just wants to destroy it.
I love
She's
that.
like pissed. It's
I love
so
that
good. It's
I love just
so
all
good.
the smoke flooding in her face too, like when it happens. I'm gonna watch it for the third time with my mom so she can see it for the first time. She hates musicals, but so did I going into it. I didn't like musicals.
I'm not crazy about them. I'm
like, I'm really hoping she likes it. So I catch that bitch snoring.
I kept looking at my mom. I was like,
if I catch her snoring, I went and saw Moana. That was the last movie I saw. There was Moana. And she literally, like, at the end was kind of like falling asleep. I'm like, oh
moms
my God.
love to sleep in movies, though. My mom will sleep in any movie.
I hate it. I'm like, why can't you stay awake in the theater?
I know, especially my mom. I'm like, you're not even an A-lister.
40 minutes too. I'm like, it's not even a long movie.
Yeah, my mom. I'm like, you're not an A-lister. You paid $20 to be here. You could stay awake. Come on.
You might as well be an A-list. I'm seriously, if any of you go to AMC at least once a month, just get A-list. It's like $23
I say this
a month.
every single episode. I think, like literally, like everyone
so true,
should be an A-lister. If you're not, like that's crazy. Also, if you're not on Letterboxd and you don't pay for it, do it. Like if you are into movies, I cannot wait to get my stats. It's gonna be way better than the Spotify fucking Wrapped. It's gonna tell me.
What was that Spotify Wrapped?
It was horrible. If my Letterboxd Wrap gets like messed up, I'm gonna be so mad. If they do AI, it's gonna suck. They tell you exactly how many hours of movies you watched, the people you watched, how many movies you watched from each, the genres, the countries, like everything. It's so sick.
I need to actually like get on that Letterboxd card.
Please.
I have
It's
one.
so fun. I've tried for 3 years in a row to get to 365. Completely failed this year. I'm at two. I'm like at 220.
For me, at least.
It's not though.
It's not impossible.
If you watch 7 movies a week, if you watch 1 movie a day,
that's a lot.
It's perfect.
That's a lot. That's so. I would.
Okay,
love
watch
to do that,
Wicked
though.
5 more times. You're good.
Does that count? Rewatch?
No, I put them in every time. If I sat there for 2.5 hours, are you kidding me? Of course I'm gonna put it in.
Okay, I'm
actually gonna pass out. I'm sweating so badly. I'm sweating so horribly. I'm gonna have to take another shower.
I've like reached what's that? What's it called?
Homeostasis? Oh. Wait, no, literally. Okay, I don't know. I think that's enough. I don't know. We loved it. Okay, we loved it. 10 out of 10.
It's an 11 out of 10.
Like we just wanted to talk our shiz, and that's it. That's
how do you
for.
pronounce her last name? Cynthia
Arrivo?
Cynthia was like the most perfect. Honestly, someone else may have been able to play Glinda. I think that Cynthia was like the only person who could have done Elphaba.
I agree.
She's like a once in a lifetime voice.
I think Ariana is too. Like honestly, Ariana needs to make a whole switch, and this is her thing.
Stop
making pop music. Like this voice was. I get chills, and like my nipples are hard every time I hear.
How has she been wasting
no one
all this talent on? I want it. I got it. I want it.
Like, girl, you literally got it. Like, you
already got it.
You got it.
Doesn't even matter if you want it. You got it. I'm like, so use it.
I'm like, I watched that shit. I said, thank you. Next. Give me the next one. I need it now.
Me after Wicked.
Exactly, yeah.
Me after Wicked.
Literally. Okay. I gotta go. I'm probably gonna take another shower. I think we kind of ate this one up. Okay, are we actually at an hour and 30 minutes? Okay, gotta go. Bye.